What's up, people? This one's going out to the stock market. Again, I was telling you about the rules and regulations of trading and things that you can learn. Now, there are lots of rules and lots of things that we've created. Rules that I've created myself, rules that are out there, certain sayings that have come to be, like sell in May and go away, those type of things. A lot of different strategies that we try to imply. Woo! But you see, yesterday was one of those days where, remember I was talking about the idea of coming into your day with a self-conceived? We still don't know. Is it perceived, self-conceived, self-perceived? I perceive, I conceive, I think what's going to happen, therefore I act accordingly. But I was wrong. I thought the market was going to go down again yesterday. But luckily, I did not wake up. I went to sleep. I refuse to trade a market that I don't agree with right now. And you know what? I haven't lost money in June up until yesterday. And it wasn't a big loss, but it was a loss nonetheless. Ruined my nice streak that I was on. And I decided to take a nice nap after that. And I needed a nap because I hope you guys enjoyed Boner, by the way, yesterday's video. And I appreciate one guy. He's like, I'll listen, okay, I can take you doing the day trading thing and the videos, and you're trying to be funny. You got your day trading, you got your comedy. What's with this, you're fucking singing now? Stick to one or two things, asshole. Then he watched the video a couple more times, and he's like, you know what, this is pretty funny. Because listen, if I'm doing a heavy metal version of a song called Boner, talking about jerking off, and there's a little comedy in there. Hopefully you appreciated it. Even though I can sing, I'm more of a crooner, more of a karaoke kind of guy. As much as I want to be a metal singer, it's all comedy. I'm really not going to go that direction in my life. Because everything I do is kind of funny. Because, again, we live in the Matrix, and I don't take much serious in today's world. But, thank you. Back to Coma trading. I've been talking about BP going to $29 again. Talking about cutting that dividend. Talking about a company that will be feeling the repercussions of this oil disaster for the rest of our lives. Now, well, let's not exaggerate. Okay, so I get up out of I wake up about 4:05. I go outside. I see some guy holding his hand. He's holding his head. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I got caught short BP. I'm like, why? What happened? He's like, you don't know? I'm like, no. Apparently, BP suddenly spiked up in the middle of the day. I didn't know. Luckily, I didn't know. Luckily, I didn't know. I had a position where I have no problem taking a nap, owning or short 200 shares of BP. And I thought I actually might. I sold 5 of the puts that I was in. I figured, why not? I'll give it another day or so on the short side. But the funny thing is, I guarantee you, if I was awake for it, there was no doubt in my mind I'd been covering that short. So sometimes knowing something and believing something works out to the extent of now the stock is now below where it was, and we're almost to $29 now. We're at $29.89, which is where we bounced off the last time. 29 was the low. Anyway, point being, sometimes it's good to just believe in what you believe and don't let the noise of the market get in your way. I believe that now that we have rallied and the quid are at 17 again, I believe that we have to sell off. And I'm going to stick with that. I don't think we're suddenly just going to start rallying again, right back to 11,000. But again, this is what I thought last June. And we rallied. And then finally in July, I said, all right, enough. I got to start buying stocks again. And of course, I was so afraid because I thought the market had already run so far that I missed July, August, September, October, November, December, and January, and February, March. So now I will not get caught short. My positions are such. I have the QID and I have many, many calls written against it. Calls that I'm about to take off the table because I only have collectively have about £1,000 left. Selling some puts, but let's wrap it up into a tight ball and say I have 1,000 QID left, and I've been selling out of the money calls. I went out to January 11. January 11. $50 calls. We're trading at 85 by 95 one day. So I sold 10 at 85, thinking not just to just hedge my position, but knowing that the QID are never going back to $50 unless the market's going back to zero. And I don't know if we've talked about it. We've talked about in the chat room which proves the QID is a scam as well as every other ETF, ETN, triple leveraged. They all are scams. They're all repriced at the end of the day, hurting you. They're trading vehicles for intraday players. Look at the chart. Look at the 300-day chart of the QQQ and the 300-day chart of the QID. They should reflect the same thing. So back in November, when the market was crashing, November of 2008, the QID hit, I think, 100, when the QQQ was about 25, 26. Then, in March, when we retested those lows, and the QQQ was about 26, the QID only made it up to 70 this time. Ooh, where did those 30 points go? Just evaporated into nothingness. Because you would think if they tracked together, they should have went back to 100. So I believe that the QID is a dying product. Yeah, we might get to 20, 21, 22 in a really crazy sell-off. We could get to 27 again, but we're talking about a product that's dead. So I don't mind selling the $35 calls that I did. I sold some 35s for October. I sold those January 11th. So anyway, I sold some at 85. Then the market started going down. I got done for some at 95. I got done for $1.05. And then the funny thing is, the market started going down again, but those were not increasing in value. Knew I had a good trade on there. So, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to watch BP go to zero and enjoy that. And enjoy that I didn't wake up yesterday. BP right now is 29.75. Stock will be 29, 27, then 25, then 22, and they will cut the dividend, and then the stock will go to 15, and then it'll be 11, and then at 7.50 you'll think about buying some, and then it'll hit 5, maybe you'll buy some more, and then at 2.50 maybe you'll give it more of a shot, and you'll be thinking about a company called Enron, and you'll be thinking, wait a second, I'm just buying the stock based on price and what I think's going to happen. I know nothing of this company. Maybe they are going out of business. And then you'll dump it all at like $1.80, and then it'll go back to $7.50. That's another day for another time. Moral of the story. The stock is $29.70 right now. I'm not covering it. I don't give a shit. And also, if you have Skype, that is the video conferencing. We have Skype here. You will go over the speaker system in the office and you will be able to talk to me. So get on Skype if you want to call into the show. Because now it's about you. This is summertime. We're going to have some fun. It's about you. And if you're in the city, I want you to come down and visit me. I want to show you the office. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on in here. All right, kids. That's all I have to say today. Good luck to you. And remember, it's not bad to fall into a coma. I wish I would have fallen into a coma about a week and a half ago with the Hartford and the U.S. Steel and the Akamai still long, but yeah, can't get everything right. Oh, by the way, Lakers, I guess, right?
I would much prefer Krull.